Thanks for joining us. It is bitter cold today, and the northern part of the state is seeing the worst of it.
That's right. Roads are pretty bad up near Enid, and this map of road conditions across the state, the blue areas you see are going to be moderate road conditions, the orange, severe. Now let's toss things over to our girl MC, keeping track of what we need to know.
Thank you, Jess and Eden. Like they said, it is bitter cold. It's very chilly outside. Let's look at the current conditions here on campus. 28 degrees, very windy. Breezy is an understatement. We have a big overcast going on right now. North wind, 23 miles per hour. Those gusts getting up into the mid 30s. I believe we're sitting at 34 miles per hour with those wind gusts. 72% of humidity, and it does feel like what? 14 degrees. It is chilly out there, boy. Headlines, wind advisory right here in the metro. Northern Oklahoma is where we're going to be seeing that snow. So Guyman and a little bit of Ponca City and Enid is where we're seeing that snow mostly. I believe I saw a video earlier today that visibility, none. It was wild. So make sure you're staying warm. We have some warmer temperatures ahead going into the weekend and next week, but just like this week, it's going to repeat next week. We're going to see some snow come next Thursday. I know that's not something you guys want to hear, but that's all I have for you. Back to you guys at the wall.
Thanks, MC. Some tips from the Red Cross on things to keep in your car this winter. Sand will help you get traction if you get stuck in that ice or snow. Try a red cloth to your antenna. Let passerbys know you need help. And lastly, be sure to have a flashlight if you're stranded in the dark. It's also a good idea to keep blankets in your vehicle.
This is a live look outside from the Oklahoma Department of Transportation's cameras. Currently, road conditions are normal throughout the OKC metro area. However, still be aware of potential slick spots on bridges and extremely high winds. As temperatures drop this evening, puddles can freeze, causing dangerous slick spots throughout OKC.
Today, Oklahoma executed Gilbert Postel, making it the state's 4th execution since October. Postel was convicted of killing 4 people on Memorial Day in 2005.
He was declared dead at the state pen in McAllister 10:14 a.m. after receiving a lethal injection. UCentral's Jonathan Richardson was at the state capitol today and has the latest.
Thanks, guys. I'm here outside the Capitol where it's a cold and chilly day, but also at 10:14 a.m. today, Gilbert Postel was executed by lethal injection. That is the 4th lethal injection since October of last year, and now that puts Oklahoma as one of the top states for lethal injection in the nation. Just on January 24th, Postel was denied a change from lethal injection to firing squad. Inmates were concerned about operation of lethal injection because of the 7-year hiatus of the execution.
I'm not in favor of circumstantial evidence being used to convict people. I think that ought to be clear evidence. And then if someone is sentenced to death, I think obviously the state needs to have its act together, and so we don't have situations like we've had in the past with there being problems with the 3-drug cocktail. You know, they need to be sure that someone is not experiencing cruel and unusual punishment.
A sister of one of the 4 victims says, end quote, "Today is not a joyous day."
A big burden on the family of the victim to have to experience this for so many years and have to go to different, hearings or have additional trials.
From the state capitol building, Jonathan Richardson, UCentral News.
Another death row inmate, James Connington, was scheduled to be executed in March. A federal judge granted him a stay of execution last month. Connington is a plaintiff with other death row inmates challenging the state's lethal injection protocol. That trial is set to begin later this month.
ME Labs will have a new schedule starting on Monday. They will continue to provide free drive-through testing for UCO students and the Edmond community Sunday through Friday. If you're experiencing symptoms or have been exposed, schedule an appointment with ME Labs through the link on UCO's website. And pandemic burnout is building, but as new cases nationwide, overall hospitalizations and deaths drop, only 3 states and Puerto Rico have yet to announce an end to mask mandates. And top health experts say it's too soon to stop masking kids in schools too.
Not prudent to pull masks off children. You could create a risk that you would see an increase in infections.
The CDC has also remained consistent that it is not changing its mask guidance.
And dire warnings from the White House as the tensions mount at the Ukraine border. President Biden continues to warn that Russia could invade Ukraine within days. More tension along the Ukraine-Russia border.
More tension along the Ukraine-Russia border as America tries to use diplomacy as a solution to the crisis. President Joe Biden warning that an invasion of Ukraine could happen within the next several days.
Every indication we have is they're prepared to go into Ukraine, attack Ukraine.
Despite the Kremlin's claim, it pulled some forces back. The U.S. says Russia has added 7,000 troops along the Ukrainian border in recent days. These estimates would place the total number north of 150,000, according to officials.
The basic principles that sustain peace and security, principles that were enshrined in the wake of 2 world wars and a Cold War, are under threat.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken appeared before the United Nations Thursday morning, claiming Russia plans to manufacture a justification to invade Ukraine.
I am here today not to start a war, but to prevent one.
Meanwhile, Russia has expelled the second most the U.S. embassy in Moscow in what the Biden administration views as an escalatory move. The step comes as the Kremlin sent a written response to U.S. Secretary proposals, saying the increasing U.S. and NATO military activity close to Russian borders is alarming, according to Russian state media.
It will be Mr. Putin who will bear the responsibility for the suffering and the immense sacrifice that ensues.
We will continue to keep you updated as the situation develops. Still ahead on UCentral News, when we'll warm back up, we're checking in with MC with her full forecast.
But first, celebrating random acts of kindness, how UCO students were able to take part. We'll see after the break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Today, UCO students were invited to Ayers Kitchen to celebrate being kind.
It's all part of a National Random Acts of Kindness Day. UCentral's Cameron Forrell was at the event, has the latest.
The team celebrated Random Acts of Kindness Day through various special foods and events. Campus Dining Services Marketing Manager Caroline Vaught described how the day went.
Students are definitely staying inside for the cold weather because it's so chilly outside, but that's okay. Our spirits are still delightful, so very joyful. So even though we don't have quite as many students and faculty and staff here as we had expected or hoped, we are still delightful.
The team had various events and foods from different cultures and held a grand prize of the day for a Visa gift card, with Random Acts of Kindness being the central theme.
We have a ton of events going on. First was the surprise menu. Our surprise menu has been Korean barbecue, street tacos kind of take on that. We're also donating the kind bars, and we've had students all morning long writing sweet notes or encouraging notes on the kind bars. And then I'll be taking those to the OU Med emergency room around the corner on 2nd Street later this afternoon.
With Delightful wrapping up today, what can students expect from Ayers Kitchen and Random Acts of Kindness going forward?
Delightful is actually part of our Joyful campaign, which is kind of like the overarching campaign of welcoming students back to campus
Make sure to stay tuned to UCentral News over the next few months for more random acts of kindness events on campus. From Edmond, Oklahoma, I'm Cameron Forrell, UCentral News.
Thanks, Cameron. And JCPenney is hosting a suit-up event for UCO students on Sunday from 4 to 7 p.m. This event will have up to 60% off of career apparel, shoes, and accessories. The UCO Career Development Center and JCPenney have partnered to hold the event at Quail Springs Mall.
And MC, I was frigid today walking to class. Please tell me that there is a warm-up coming soon.
That is right, Jess. We are going to see a warm-up going on, but don't let that fret you or anything like that, because we are going to see some more snow going into next week. Let's go into the weather headlines right now. Wind advisory right here in the metro. Just like Jessica said, it's very, very cold outside. We have those winds getting up to 24 miles per hour and those wind gusts getting up to the mid-30s, 34 miles per hour. Now, northern Oklahoma is where we're going to be seeing that snow. So Enid and Ponca City is where we're seeing most of that snow. That visibility is very, very low. You can barely see anything out there. I remember I saw a car driving and you could barely even see the speed limit sign. Now, going into the weekend, going into next week, we're going to see warmer temperatures. So that's a good thing. But going into next week, we're going to see some more snow Wednesday night going into Thursday. So it's going to be like we're repeating this week again next week. Then we're going to get into our Black History Fact of the Day. On this day in 1997, the Virginia House of Delegates voted unanimously to retire the state song, Carry Me Back to Old Virginia. Now, that song glorified slavery, and that's why they retired it. Make sure you are keeping up to date with your Black history. Let's get into your current conditions here on campus. 38 degrees. We have an overcast. Just like I said earlier, breezy is a very big understatement because that north wind is 23 miles per hour. Very, very strong. So making your hands very, very cold when you're coming here into your classrooms. Humidity sitting at 72%, and it does feel like 14 degrees. So very, very chilly. Current conditions here across the state, we're seeing some 30s and a few 20s. 33 degrees up in Guyman, 25 in Ponca City and Enid, 28 here in the metro, and same thing up in Woodward and Miami. Now the conditions for tonight, 19 degrees. We're going to see some clear skies, still going to be very windy. We're going to have north wind 17 miles per hour. Those gusts are going to get up into 24 miles per hour, exactly what we're feeling right now. Now the humidity is sitting at 68%, but we have no chance of rain. Temperatures across the state, we have 19 here in the metro, same thing in Lawton. We got some 20s in southern Oklahoma. Now, like I said, northern Oklahoma is where we're seeing most of that snow. So we're seeing Ponca City sitting at 7 degrees and 9 degrees in Enid. Now for tomorrow, we're going to see those temperatures warm up. 49 degrees here in the metro. We might see maybe even 50, 40s up in northern Oklahoma, 44 in Enid and in Ponca City. 55 in Guyman, 47 in Woodward, 50s down in southern Oklahoma. Now the daily forecast for tomorrow, 7 a.m., cool temperatures. We might see the sun, but it's going to be mostly cloudy. We have 23 degrees. Going into noontime is going to be pretty windy, but we are going to see a little bit of the sun, 41 degrees. And then 7 p.m. going into nighttime, clear skies, 45 degrees. Now this is your 7-day forecast. On Monday, we will have President's Day. Thursday, 28 degrees. Friday, going into the weekend, we're going to see go from 49 up into 60s. Monday, be 73, and then we're going to see those temperatures start to go down into that snow. That's all I have for you guys. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, MC. And a new film from a breakout artist and a strange new season to a well-known series. More on that on social media after this.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Tyler Whitehead, and things are looking pretty strange for a well-known Netflix series. Today it was announced that Stranger Things would be splitting their 4th season into 2 volumes. Volume 1 will be released on May 27th, while Volume 2 is set to be released a few weeks later on July 1st. The creators of the series made the announcement alongside promo posters and the revelation that the series will return for a season 5, but that will be the last season. Are you excited to see the return of this series? And if you are a fan of Olivia Rodrigo, listen up. The singer will be taking her album on a road trip. The film will feature all 11 songs on the album with new renditions. She will be traveling and making stops along the way throughout the film. Rodrigo will also share some of the inspirations behind her album. The film is set to premiere exclusively on Disney Plus on March 25th. And another return is having a lot of superhero fans buzzing about on Twitter. Fans took to Twitter to share their excitement for the season finale of DC series Peacemaker. Spoiler alert, there is a scene where the Justice League comes in with Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller reprising their roles. People are theorizing that this is a subtle setup to DC's next films. You can stream the entire first season of Peacemaker exclusively on HBO Max. And if you recently bought some candles from Anthropology, we have an important recall to tell you about. The company says it has received reports of some of the anecdote candles flaming up and breaking apart while in use. So far, no injuries have been reported, but if you have any of these scents, Fireside Chats, which comes in a blue container, Weekend Getaway in green, Sweater Weather in pink, and Fall Feels in orange, to go ahead and bring them back to the store. The candles were sold online and in store from July 2021 through the end of the year. And if you are a fan of Coca-Cola, an out-of-this-world flavor is coming soon. Starlight, a new limited edition version of the classic soda, will come in regular and zero sugar. It hasn't been revealed what the taste will be like, but the company has given hints stating that the flavor is inspired by space and should be reminiscent of stargazing around a campfire. This new flavor is the first beverage from Coca-Cola Creations, a new innovation platform. The new flavor is set to launch soon. And I don't know about you, Jessica and Eden, but I've been hearing some reports that there's going to be some reminiscence of chocolate in that beverage. I don't know how I feel about that.
I love s'mores and I love campouts and stargazing, but I don't know how I feel about that in a beverage. So we'll look forward to hearing more updates about that, Tyler and Aaron. We'll have your UCO basketball update coming up after the break, so stay tuned.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
friends?
Look!
Welcome back, Bronco fans. I'm Aaron Galvin, and this is your Thursday Sports Update. The UCO men's basketball team is currently ranked number 18 in the country and is listed 5th in the first NCAA regional rankings. The Broncos placed fifth in the Central region, which is made up of teams in the MIAA, the Northern Sun, and the Great American Conference. UCO has not made the national tournament since 2011 and currently sit in 2nd in the MIAA standings. Central topped Rogers State on the road last night, winning by a score of 89-79. It was a career night for Jaden Wells, who scored 32 points and made 7 threes in the victory. And the UCO women's team also picked up a win last night, and it was a record-breaking one for UCO's Kelsey Johnson. Johnson tallied 30 points in the victory, marking the 7th time she's done that this year. No other player in school history has even done so more than twice. She went 12 of 13 from the floor, tying the school record for field goal percentage. UCO cruised to an 86-71 win as they shot a school record 68.1 from the floor. And it was an easy win for the UCO baseball team last night on the diamond as they run-ruled Southern Nazarene University 11-1 at home yesterday. UCO has won back-to-back games now and currently sits at 5-3 on the season. A 9-run 4th inning was really the difference in this one, as the Broncos were through with this opponent by the bottom of the 7th inning. Caleb Glass led Central with 3 runs batted in. And the Oklahoma City Thunder played their final game before a much-needed All-Star break last night, losing against the San Antonio Spurs at home in the Paycom Center, 114-106. The Spurs jumped out to a huge lead in the 3rd quarter, and the Thunder spent the rest of the 2nd half chipping into that lead. OKC got 22 points from reserve guard Teo Maledon, and rookie guard Trey Mann led the team in scoring with 24. The Spurs were paced by forward Keldon Johnson, who had 22. A giddy drive here cut San Antonio's lead to 12 with 6.5 to go. There you see him taking it right into the lane, high off the glass and in. And OKC got a 3 from Trey Mann late in this one to put them just behind by 9 with 2.5 minutes left in this game. The Thunder, though, again would lose by 8, as I mentioned. The Spurs were victorious in that one, 114-106. The Thunder will next take the court in about a week or so, actually exactly 1 week from today, February 24th against the Phoenix Suns at home. And just a reminder, they could be getting their best player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, back, as he is set to be reevaluated with an ankle injury after the break. And the Los Angeles Rams were crowned the world champions last week in Super Bowl 56. They held a parade in downtown LA yesterday to celebrate their Super Bowl victory. The stars were out, as you can see, with Aaron Donald, who probably still hasn't slept yet, veteran offensive tackle Andrew Whitworth, and head coach Sean McVay, the youngest coach ever to win a Super Bowl. It's now the offseason for all 32 teams, and 21 of them are chasing the Rams to open up 2022. And Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford addressed the fans at the parade after his first season in LA came to a close.
We appreciate you guys so much, man. This is unbelievable to be out here today celebrating with you guys. It's an unbelievable journey we've been on. So many ups and downs, but you know what? You guys are right there with us, and we appreciate you every step of the way. I am so blessed to be a part of this team, man. So many unbelievable teammates and players that I get the chance to play with. I'm hugging up every single one of these guys right here, just pinching myself about the opportunity to play with these guys, about the opportunity to go to work with these guys. It is unbelievable. We are here today to celebrate you guys for cheering for us all this time, and for us for making it happen when we need to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Stafford spent 12 years in Detroit with the Lions and never won a playoff game before this year's championship run with the Rams, and probably had a few adult beverages at that party. Who can blame him, honestly? And that's everything I have for sports today. For more news, scores, and updates on everything UCO athletics, visit broncosports.com. Have a great day, Edmond, and we'll take it back to Jessica and Eden at the desk.
Thanks, Aaron, and we'll check in with MC one last time after this break.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And MC, I know we've got some warm weather coming, but I heard you say maybe cold again. Please tell me I'm wrong.
No, Jess, I was completely right. We are going to see some more cold temperatures, but let's get into what we're going to see tonight. 19 degrees is what we're going to be seeing. It's going to be clear skies. Winds are going to be north 17 miles per hour. Now, the humidity will be 68%, and we won't have any chance of rain. The conditions across the state, 19 degrees here in the metro, and then 18 up in Guyman. Now, we do have some snow going on in northern Oklahoma. That's going to be Enid and Ponca. As you can see, we have those single digits. So make sure you guys up there are staying warm, having that water drip. Bring your pets inside. Even right now, bring your pets inside. It's freezing outside. I wouldn't want to be out there. You have 14 here in Clinton, Woodward, sitting at 12. Same thing up in Miami. Now we're seeing some 20s in southern Oklahoma, 22 in Idabel, 21 in Altus and Ardmore. Now the daily forecast for tomorrow, we're going to see some warmer temperatures. 7 a.m. cool. It's going to be 23 degrees. I know that's not as warm as we want it to be, but going into noontime, it's going to be pretty windy, 41 degrees, but we will see the sun come out during that time. Now 7 p.m. clear skies. If you want to go outside, check it out. Be 45 degrees. Won't be as warm, but it will be better than what we're having right now. Going into tomorrow, 49 degrees. We might get up to 50, maybe 51, but right now it's showing 49, 47 in Woodward, 44 in Ponca and in Enid. Now 49 in Tulsa, just like here in the metro. We got some 50s in southern Oklahoma. Same thing up in Guyman. This is our 7-day forecast. This is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys for listening to good old MC. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, MC. And the indoor Edmond Farmers Market at Mitch Park offers a unique twist on the traditional grocery store. The market offers a wide variety of organic groceries and home goods.
This includes Scars and Stripes, a veteran-owned coffee company founded right nearby in Oklahoma City. The indoor Edmond Farmers Market takes place every Saturday now through March 19th. The market is located inside the park's senior center just off Covell between Kelly and Santa Fe. And I might be hitting that up, Eden, if it's inside.
For sure.
If it's not, if
no,
it's outside.
That sounds so fun. I've always wanted to go to a farmer's market.
Right?
So, yeah, it's
and
good news.
If it's indoors, I'm over the temperature.
Definitely,
so.
most definitely. That's all the time we have today. I'm Eden Jones.
I'm Jessica Morales. Thank you so much for joining us, Broncos. We'll see you next week.